Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today I'm going to unbox this guy, Katakros, Mortarch of the Necropolis, the guy that you want to have in your Bonereapers army. Alright, let's open him up. Look. I guess they thought that this art was so awesome that they wanted to include it somehow, so they gave us a second box. Isn't it though? Look at that. Leading the army. Yeah, there's a big benefit for sure for having, they have it right in the battle traits that there's a benefit for having him as your general, and I really see no reason why not to. Alright, so he's got to be complex to set up. Let's check out the assembly guide. So, the scroll bearer first. And then the Ossiarch Spymaster. And then the base. And then the Prime Necrophos. And then his Liege Immortus. And then Katakros. Look, a cute little bird. And then all of them together. There's the color scheme if you want to follow that color scheme they have. Nice rock. Look how they did those rocks. It's really nice. Dryad bark, Nuln oil, storm vermin fur, and Carrick stone. And there he is, Katakros, and in various languages. Alright, let's see what he does. So he was, I think he was about 550 points. Katakros, 500 points. 500 points, leader, and is unique. So, he has 20 wounds. He only moves 4. He has a 3+ save and a 10 bravery. And he is a named character that is a single model. He's armed with an Indicat and the Shield Immortus. And he has 4 companions, which are the Gnosis Scrollbearer, the Prime Necrophos, the Ossiarch Spymaster, and a Liege Immortus. The companions that currently accompany Katakros vary depending on the number of wounds suffered by this model. Yeah, you lose one at a time as wounds are suffered, which is a really neat idea. You lose the Scroll Bearer, and then the Prime Necrophos, and then the Ossiarch. And then the Ossiarch Spymaster, and then the Liege Immortus before Katakros is by himself. But he gets angrier because he really increases in attacks as the other ones are lost. So Katakros' weapon is a melee weapon of 1-inch range. All of the weapons are 1-inch range. He starts off with 1 attack, but then as he goes down in wounds, as he loses his companions, he eventually gets up to 4 attacks. 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -3, and 3 damage each. So he's still going to do a fair bit of damage even when he's at his last wound, which is neat. Well, actually, when he's at his last 10 wounds, because he has 20 wounds, and 10+ is when he's going to be doing 4 attacks at rend -3 and 3 damage each. Quite nasty. The Shield Immortus has... Oh, you can't use the Shield and Mortis until all of his allies are gone. And at that point, it gains 4 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -2, and 2 damage each. Which is quite nasty. He's at half health, so he still has 10 wounds to go. So that's quite something. And the Netherite Dagger, which is used by his Scroll Bearer, has 1 attack, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, and 1 damage. The Netherite Dueling Blades are 6 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, and 1 damage. And the other 2, the Soul Reaver Greatblade and the Spirit Dagger, are each 3 attacks, each 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, and 1 damage. So there's a lot of attacks. Initially we'd have 14 attacks from him among his other abilities, which are a Deadly Combination. If the unmodified hit roll for an attack made with the Shield and Mortis is 6, that attack inflicts 2 mortal wounds on the target in addition to any normal damage. So once he's at half-life, this comes into play. Nasty. Mortarch of the Necropolis. At the start of your hero phase, if this model is on the battlefield, you can pick up to 3 different friendly Ossiarch Bonereapers units wholly within 24 inches of this model. For each of those units, you can either heal up to 3 wounds allocated to that unit, or if no wounds are allocated to it, you can return a number of slain models to that unit with a combined wounds characteristic of 3. And yes, that's right, that's at the start of your hero phase. You do that for 3 different units, wholly within 24 inches of him. That's not too hard to do. And that just happens. Oh my gosh. So brutal. Netherite weapons. If the unmodified hit roll for an attack made with a netherite weapon is 6, the attack scores 2 hits on the target instead of 1. Make a wound and save roll for each hit. I believe that happens with all of the different netherite weapons that any of the Bonereapers carry. Endless Duty. You can use this command ability in your shooting phase or any combat phase. If you do so, pick 1 friendly Ossiarch Bonereapers unit that is wholly within 12 inches of a model with this command ability. Add 1 to the attack's characteristic of weapons used by that unit in that phase. You cannot pick the same unit to benefit from this command ability more than once per phase. That's so nasty, don't you think? Look at that. Add 1 to attacks. And they're coming back as well, and you just use this command. Oh yes, that's right. These guys, if you haven't checked out the video on where I go through the Battletome, you might want to, as they don't have command points. They have things that work like command points that you get in a different fashion. So I find it looks like it'll be much easier to use these than you would for a normal command point. Instead of getting 1 per turn, you might get several per turn. So your command abilities, I think, might be a bit easier to use, which is really relevant for you just add 1 to attacks to someone within range. Really nasty. And he has another command ability. You can use this command ability in your hero phase if Katakros is your general. If you do so, until your next hero phase, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by friendly Ossiarch Bonereaper units while they are wholly within 18 inches of this model, and add 1 to save rolls for attacks that target friendly Mortis Praetorian units while they are wholly within 18 inches of this model. You can only use this command ability once per hero phase, and the likelihood you would be able to use both of these command abilities because of the way that the Bonereapers have their abilities there. They're the replacement for the command points, what was that named? Ah yes, Relentless Discipline points is what they use. And they get basically multiple every turn. I think there's some characters that, or some traits that allow you to get more. These are your companion abilities, and you lose them once your companion dies. Aviarch, Spymaster. Once per turn, you can roll a dice when your opponent receives a command point. If you do so, on a 4+, that command point is lost. Yes, that's right. They just take away other people's command points. That's quite nasty. And he is the third one to go, so you have to do some damage to Katakros before he goes to possibly gain back the command points that you keep losing on 4+. The Gnosis Scrollbearer. At the start of your hero phase, you can pick one enemy unit that is on the battlefield. Until your next hero phase, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by that unit that target friendly Ossiarch Bonereapers. Note, it's any unit on the battlefield. You don't have to be they don't have to be visible, they don't have to be in a certain range. It's just you pick the one unit that you don't like at the start of your hero phase, and they subtract 1 from hit rolls. That is so nasty. And lastly, the Prime Necrophos. When you use this model's Supreme Lord of the Bone Reaper Legion's command ability, which was the add 1 to hit rolls for attacks and add 1 to save rolls for attacks that target a Mortis Praetorian unit. They can be wholly within 36 inches of this model instead of wholly within 18 inches of this model, so quite nasty. And that is him now. He is a Death Lords, Ossiarch Bonereapers, Mortis Praetorians, Liege Hero, and Katakros. Hey, Death Lords. That's cool. Ah, darn it, he's 500 points. I just remember that Death Lords can go with Nighthaunt, but you can only put 400 points of allies in a 2,000 point army. Darn it, Katakros. That would have been cool. Well, that's him, and he is a beast, and I am so excited to try him out. And I am nearly excited to paint him. Just look how much is going on there. Oh my gosh, he looks great though, doesn't he? That is quite the model. Alright, and we have to look at him now. They are able to fit him all in the one sprue with their one big base. Do you see what they have done to his base? Look at what he's standing on. They have made him general material. And, you know, painting competition material as well, I guess. That is really nice looking. So much going on. I really enjoy the look of every part of this model, really. I mean, this back is kind of creepy, but it suits the army. Well, that's nice. The scroll bearer, his scroll actually has runes on it. You don't have to freehand some runes, they have it right on there. A little bony bird. I don't know why they chose to make the birds that is completely bone black. I think I'll make him a bony bird. Or maybe amethyst bird, because my color scheme is going to be a bit different. Look at that maw. What is that from? I think it might be one of the bones on the ground. I'm not sure. It looks really neat. Wow, so much going on. Very cool. I am very excited to field him. I think that he's going to be crazy on the battlefield. I'm not exact. I mean, it looks like he's all melee. But I think he'd be best just, you know, watching over the battlefield and keeping your other units alive, with 3 units per turn gaining 3 wounds or 3 slain models back, depending on which ones you have. You want to keep him alive. Oh, right, and he turns off your opponent's command points and reduces the attacks and increases the attacks. So yeah, I mean, he can do a heck of a lot of damage in... He can do a lot of damage in combat, but I think overlooking the battlefield might be his best bet. And of course he only moves 4, so he's not going to get very far very fast. there's so much going on in that one model. Wow. Well, if you liked the video, please give us a like, and if you would like to see more unboxings of Age of Sigmar material and other wargaming videos, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so you know as soon as we put out our next video. Thanks for watching, bye!